All right, happy Sunday, everybody. We're back with another Starfield stream tonight. We'll be doing some shipbuilding. Waiting for everybody to get here. So while we're doing that, let's go ahead and do a little exploration on Mars. I doubt there's a whole lot going on Mars, but even still, see what we can find here. 4 resources, 2 landmarks, and a whole lot of nothing when you're trying to look around for places to explore. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm not even on Mars. I'm on Titan. First time I've seen tungsten. I was going around to like literally every ship services technician trying to find specific parts that I'm looking for because we wanted to build a different ship tonight. And it turns out you got to go to specific vendors. It would have taken me forever. Oh, game's muted. Game's muted. All right, desktop audio. There we go. Audio's back for you. How's that? I was working around with some new overlays and stuff, so. And I did manage to find, thanks to Captain Baggeroo, a patch on Vortex, and it's really not even just a patch per se, it's just changing some stuff in the INI files, but the game is now completely optimized on ultra settings, and it feels and runs like it should. So fingers crossed, no crashing tonight. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on. There's not a whole lot going on. Yeah, so Todd Howard comes out and says that the game is optimized already, but it probably took somebody maybe a few hours in his basement to figure out how to make your game run better. But no, it's buttery smooth, 60 FPS. It drops a little bit when you're in like a town hub like New Atlantis. Yes sir, we're back at it. We're back at it. Good to see you, Soul, something. But I'm thinking, I'd like to go ahead and get started with building a ship, but what the heck? Let's go ahead and do it. So in order to find the specific cockpit, we had to go to Titan, which is a moon next to Jupiter. You can't land on Jupiter because it's a gas giant, but oh yeah, it's crispy clean now. I'm glad it's coming through on the stream nicely as well.
Anything I can help you with?
We're gonna talk to this guy here.
Hey, what can I do for you? Sure, how about it?
So I've been challenged by our good friend Pleasant Fish to make ourselves a Planet Express ship. So I'm gonna do the best I can to make something that does the Planet Express ship justice. But before I do, I made a couple of modifications to the X-Wing sort of cruiser that I had, Blue Reaper, if y'all remember. And I made it look more like a battle cruiser from StarCraft, if anybody's played StarCraft.
How about it?
And I want y'all to let me know if you feel like it's close, it's there, it looks exactly like it, or not at all. I'm gonna zoom out here. It's very, very big, very heavy. I had to go with upgraded engines on the rear and kind of move a couple of things around. Put some fuel tanks on each wing. But yeah, and it's a beast. We put a laser autocannon in the middle because we both know that, or we all know that the battlecruiser. Oh yeah, it's fully functional. Fully functional. Here, I'll show you. Before we get started on the builder. So it's a huge beast. And we've got side-mounted wing cannons, basically for doing hull damage and shield damage, so it's multi-purpose. And then we also got our main middle cannon, which the battlecruiser is known for. Oh yeah, it's got Yamato cannons. Well, not exactly. It doesn't have the charge up function, but I made it as accurate as I could. And it absolutely just carves through enemy ships. I've had the chance to test it out in a few dogfights. It's very slow. Its mobility is not very good, but it can jump like 5 systems at once. And so I guess if we go into photo mode, take a nice, shot of it. Probably make it all scenic and whatnot. Hey, Boom Shay, welcome. And we could probably make it a nice sort of filter. Make it look all vintage. Just like that. And we could probably frame it with a classic cover, like a magazine cover. I think that looks good to me. Love the photo mode in this game. But we got the wing-mounted guns, of course, and then house one is our middle laser gun. It does not charge up like Yamato. I wish it did. Maybe they'll add that next. Okay, let's go ahead and get back onto the new homestead here. And let's get started on our Planet Express ship. Okay, so if you want this type of cockpit that we need
some work done?
it's a nice wider one. I forget the exact name of it. I'll be able to show you in a second.
Okay, no problem.
Right, we're gonna go to our second ship that we bought. This is our blank slate Narcissus, worth like 75k credits. We're just gonna go ahead and delete everything. Okay, get in the ship builder, delete. We're gonna start from scratch. Okay, get rid of the docker. The very first thing we want is this cockpit here. Have it either C3 or CX3, it doesn't matter. The only difference is that you're going to have a larger cargo hold with it. So if you have the credits, go for the bigger one, but it's only 20 spaces. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, now we're going to go with probably these two to start. And I'm actually going to be going and following a bit of a tutorial. And I might be changing things now and again, so just keep that in mind here. Actually, we're going to delete this. We're going to add probably singular habs here in between. There's probably something better design-wise that we can add in terms of how the Planet Express ship looks. Structural plays a huge role. So we could probably go with this. shroud piece? Actually, no, because you'll probably want a window. Plus, you don't want the branding sticking out. This one's good because it's nice and flat and it's rounded. It's not letting me add it. So we're going to probably try and add it here. Very finicky because it depends on which module you're attaching it to that it allows you to put it or not put it. Okay. We'll do the same thing on this side. And this one will actually need to flip. So click it. And we're just going to go ahead and yeah, Planet Express ship. We're doing Planet Express ship. Hopefully it's going to look something like it. Let me flip it. Okay. We just got to drag it. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Now we can add windows or portholes on either side. Okay. And now we can add stuff up top here. More shroud pieces. I think that's what I'd like to go with. Nope, we don't want weapons. We want more shrouds. And we want to flip this. And we want to move it up. Okay, good. Now, we want this piece here. It's all about making it try and look as symmetrical as we possibly can. Okay? And we're probably going to need to add to the fabricate. Or not the fab. I keep saying fab or hab. It's hab. So I'm thinking not 3, maybe 2, maybe. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm following that one that we saw on the tutorial piece. Because there's one on Reddit. And I'm probably not going to do it exactly how he did it. There's some things that I might want to change. Just because I don't want it to be an exact carbon copy. But it was very good, and it's going to be inspired by that for sure. Okay, so now, this piece would be good if it wasn't so curved. We're going to go ahead and try and look for something. Like, this would look good here. Hang on. If we were to move that, that looks good there, I think. And see if we can put another one. No. But what we could do is we could put our Docker here. Okay, and then structurally, I like the Stroud engine mount. I don't like the bars. We don't really need the bars. If we could just get this ramp piece here, that would be great. Could do the cowling. I suppose that works. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then we can also put, I guess, our first weapon up here. But the Planet Express ship, it has kind of like a bubble on it, which looks probably like a shield. It also has kind of a gun sticking out, so that could be a gun. Okay, so we'll go ahead and use that. It's kind of like our big sort of cannon that like pokes off of it. Now remember, like everything that we're doing here, it's not necessarily set in stone. We can totally move things around as we see fit. But right now we're just trying to get the framework. Okay, and then let's go ahead and flip it. There we go. Yeah, so now we get this nice downward slope here. This is perfect. But what we might need to do is we might need to add just an extra piece here. We want to make sure it's not too short and not too long either. You can put something in between as a connector. I don't want to put any sort of structural piece like reactors or anything like that, just because it looks really out of place, and it's like a very smooth chassis, you know? Look at us overanalyze a cartoon ship. How it should look. What you can also do is this. And this is a cargo bay. I think that looks great, personally. Because that's going to look like the proper form, and it's functional. You can attach additional cargo there. So we can do the same thing on this side. Then, we probably want to put more hab here. More places to travel. Yeah. In that case, yeah, let's just go ahead and do that for all three sides. And then let's go ahead and put that cowl just like that. Make it nice and symmetrical. Flip it. Flip it. Not flipping the way I want it to. Here we go. Flip it again. There we go. Okay, so that's kind of like the top part. Okay. And now, you probably want to have something that connects to it on the bottom that makes it look like it's got that slope. Okay. Now, how exactly we do that? No, I don't think that works. I think one in the middle is okay. Good news, everyone. We'll be making deliveries. Okay, and what's nice about this, too, is that we'll be able to attach our sort of like rear wing spikes when it's nice and symmetrical like this, but we still want to make sure that it's not too... Like, it's got to be just fat enough, but not too fat. It's very particular. So I guess we'll go ahead and we'll put more habs. More habs for everybody. More living space. Big crew size is nice. Okay. And we could probably... Yeah, okay. I like that. We could probably put more cargo. Because you need cargo base for Planet Express ship, obviously. Alright. And more of those. Yeah, like these cargo bays, they're not on the tutorial piece. But I think they just make sense, personally. We'll see how it looks. Like, well, finished product is everything. So if we need to play around with stuff, we still can. If we feel like that looks too bulky underneath. And I don't like how it curves outward like this, because it's supposed to, you know, be a nice sort of aerodynamic curve, not a bulky curve. Maybe there's better cargo bays to achieve that? Starship design rank 2, that's not going to work. Get more junk in the trunk, that's right. And we want to make sure... Flip that. Okay, good. So what we could probably... We'll move these back. Just because this is the part that kind of wants to curve up. And we need to make a piece that does that. What can we do? Structural? No, not really sure I like that. Actually, yeah. When in doubt, go with our shroud, or our shroud cap. Okay, so let's move this to the back. Actually, let's just delete this. That's too many. And yes, that looks more like it. Perfect. All right. Now we're talking. So I got some ideas for the fin things, but we'll definitely play around with the fins. See, this ramp piece would be so good if it did not have these strut bars here. We don't need those. But like the curvature and everything on this ramp is perfect. Yeah, it would be nice if you could cut that off. Totally. I wish they gave you the opportunity to be able to like, or I guess if it was a variant, that would be perfect. But what we're going to do with our engine is the Planet Express ship has that really, really nice sort of circular thruster. Is the Supernova, in my opinion, looks the closest to it. And so that's perfect that way. And this is probably where you'd get your fins going. So let's go ahead and... Or actually, we could go with structural here. See if there's anything we can use as a... Look at variants. No, that's not going to work. Can we flip it? Yeah, we could flip that. Okay. Maybe bring that forward a bit. Yes. Okay, we'll get rid of one cargo on each side. These Stroud caps, man, they always come through for us. Okay, flip it again. Variant. No, flip. No, flip the way I want you to. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Very, very close. I like that. Now we might actually need to come up with something a little bit different for this back piece because we need to be able to mount the fin to it. So I think I have an idea. We'll put a hab, and then we'll put a different shroud, or cowl, or whatever it's called. Nova cowling, that's it. Yeah, that has a very nice sort of downward slope. Looks perfect, and then we have a nice flat surface to mount our fin on. So let's go ahead and make this glorious fin. Now the key here is also to make this completely functional at the same time. So it's got to be able to pass a flight check, and we got to be able to fly it away. Or anything. We need something that kind of extends up. I like this piece, right? But we need some air on that bad boy. We need to be able to lift it. I wonder. Can we do that? No, you can only put weapons on this. What a bummer. Garbage. Body could be a bit bulkier. Actually, that's a very good point. But do keep in mind, we also need to be able to make sure that we have our cargo bay, or our landing bay, I should say. And we want to bring that forward. Yeah, maybe a tiny bit bulkier. I don't suppose it would be a problem to make one more row of tabs in between, or some sort of frame piece. Yeah, there is that dip into the body. You're right. I'm gonna see. It's not a very aerodynamic ship at all. Okay. Let's go ahead and remove the bottom layer. Because I do agree with that now that you say it. Okay. Let's put that in the front. And this is still a very, very good bottom layer. Like, we'll want to keep this intact. Sure. Yeah. We need to make it look a little more hamburgery, so... want habs, and actually what I'm thinking is like we could do a 2x2 like this, or a 2x3 maybe. 2x3? There is no 2x3. We'll do it like that. Then it's not symmetrical. Very particular. We'll do across like this. Okay. Oh, I did see that giant Star Destroyer. Man, that was awesome. I really actually give that guy props, and I kind of want to build one next. We can do this. Maybe? No, I want something that brings it forward. Okay. I definitely want this. Maybe this cowling. No. No, not that cowling. Like a forward-facing ramp would be great. Kind of like this, but if it could go up. That would be great. Again, if it could face the other way. It doesn't. Yeah, I do like the creativity aspect of this. Like, it is absolutely phenomenal. Flip that? No? No, no, no. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of these. Just real quick, because I want to be able to have the space up here to make this ramp correctly. No. Huh. I wonder what we could do. Middle piece is fine. What about if we were to attach something like this? No. Ah, the engine mount would be so good. The problem with this is that it's so blocky, it just stops. Unless we could have it facing up. We're about 83k into it, and I'm thinking hopefully, we should have enough. Okay, how about put another giant hab in here. Okay. I'm worried that this is going to make it too fat, though, you know? Two by one. Actually, let's put... Oh, I did not mean to delete that. Let's put some 1x1s here. Okay. In my opinion, that looks bulky enough, but how do we get the curvature? So we're going to put this back down here. Okay. Move this up. Nope. Definitely don't want to move that up. 'Cause that's where you want to have your cowlings. Like that. And then you got to be able to seal this up somehow with a dip. Oh, that extends out way too far. Okay, so let's move this back. Slope is quite difficult. Probably one of the trickiest things. Let's move this out of here. It's getting there. It's getting there for sure. Or what we could even do is we could probably move this cockpit down. And oh, that's on the wrong elevation. Okay. Come together. Nope. Flip it. There we go. Okay. Oh, we want to bring that down if we can. There we go. And then we want something that slopes all the way down. Maybe like that. Maybe? No. No. I don't know. What do we think? I think it's getting there. Yeah. Smoother slope is important. Okay, let's bring this back up. Let's bring it back up. Yeah, it's like a very smooth slope at the top, but a very abrupt sort of drop at the bottom. Yeah, I think you're right, Soul. I think you're right. Okay. And then I suppose we could fill this in with another hab. Like, this needs to be abrupt, but there needs to be a little bit of a slope here. It can't just be just like a complete drop off, you know? But there's nothing really that allows you to do that. I guess as a cargo bay there, that could work. And then we could maybe put like a couple of portholes for the crew. I don't know, what do we think about that idea? I'm basically just like, I'm kind of freewheeling it off of the tutorial somewhat. Because I'm looking at the structure and the way that it's designed in terms of like the hull, but a lot of it is just kind of trying to be creative as well. Because I don't want to make it look exactly like the same one that's there, but you know, just take some of the basic structural elements. But I think that's pretty damn close, to be honest. I could be wrong. This gun's not working for us anymore. We'll worry about weapons and stuff like that later. But I think this looks pretty damn good. Yeah. Awesome. All right, and then there's I know there's a bit of like a radiator type grill facing the back. So let's go ahead and throw that on. None of these look like what I need, though. I guess we could make a ballast cargo. You gotta have tons of cargo space to be making deliveries. All right, that's good. And then we'll add extra habs in here, just to be able to fill those spaces up. And probably this backside is where a lot of our stuff is going to go. We need to make sure that we can make it work. So let's go ahead and put reactor here. And if you can make it just a single frame slot so it doesn't take up two, that'll work. Maybe we can move this engine down. If we can mount here, that would be great, because then it's a little more, you know, not too close to the top. Actually, I need it to be more middle. There, like that. That's good. Awesome. Complete this one. Okay, now let's get started on the fins. So I don't think I kind of want to swap the Docker with a shield module, because this piece is right on the Planet Express ship, like this orb here. It's not a shield, it's a weapon, but it looks the same. Okay, and then actually what we might do is I might just put the Docker somewhere else, depending on what we can do with the fin. Probably need... I mean, it would be a good spot for a Docker for sure. And again, part of the challenge of this is how to make it functional at the very end. And also make sure it costs less than 167k credits. We could put a Docker probably down here. That's perfect. If I need more creds, I need more creds, but like I'll need to have something saved. Okay, fin. What do we do for a fin? So again, this is shit. Oh, you know what? We could make it a part of our grav drive. That looks really bulky. Yeah. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. We could use a grav drive. I do like that idea. But it does need to be a little more subtle. We can attach this. Okay, let's delete that. It's not working. It's not... liking it? Okay. Needs to be a bit further back, eh? Yeah, you might be right. I'm trying to think of how I can make that work. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's actually pretty nice. And connect it like so. I don't like this sort of space in between. The braking engine. Yeah? Maybe? Yes? No? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's go ahead and paint it, and let's see what the finished product looks like for sure, because we're still going to be needing to do some playing around and modifying. Let's go ahead and... I guess we can do a companionway on either side. Not a cross passage. We don't need a cross passage. We want them to look the same. Oh, we're not ready to paint yet. Okay. And then it might be too fat. Oh, actually, you know what? That's pretty good. Or I might need an inward curve. Let's try an inward curve real quick. Flip it like that. And oh, I like that. I like that. It's pretty close. Good question. How big can ships get? I don't know the exact sort of dimensions per se, but I was building my battlecruiser earlier, and I think I made it too big to the point where the game actually tells you it's reached the maximum capacity as far as size, height, width, length, whatever the case may be. Yeah, the one on the top does look a little funky. So maybe bring it down one notch. It definitely lifts too high. I was thinking the same thing. Let's go ahead and still put our grav drive there. Excuse me. This one gives us... Ooh. Probably going to have to start thinking conservatively here in a moment, but... decent amount of light years. What do we think about that? If we can find something flat, then you can rotate onto its side. Yeah, That's a very good point. I wonder if they'll sell ships for microtransactions. I hope they don't. I really, really hope they don't. And it's like it's nearly there, but it's not quite there. You know what I mean? Still need to have our grav drive, so we still definitely need to put that in here. Yeah, this is where it gets interesting. Let's put 2 habs. One like this, one like this. And then let's put in our grav drive. We'll delete this for now. We got to have that grav drive regardless. Yeah, it's like different ships have different part modules. I wish I could use some of the hull pieces that I have on my battlecruiser, but it's like for whatever reason not letting me. Yeah, it's really, really, really weird. Still can't say that I'm saying like a ship expert at this point, but or shipbuilding expert, but I've definitely spent a lot of time on this game so far doing that. Right now, my level is 25 or 26. Yeah, the top fin is easily the hardest part. I'm not really sure what max level is, to tell you the truth. Up until yesterday or the other day, I didn't know that there was even a New Game Plus feature. We're gonna get this right. We're gonna figure it out. Oh, you know what? If it was slightly more raised, I feel like that would be perfect. What do we think about that? Yeah, that's the thing, is like it doesn't look bad per se. It's just not quite exactly what we need. And I do know that they have all of the sort of windows on the ship on the same sort of portion as the cockpit, or the same level as the cockpit. We've got to put them around in a row. Yeah, if you could upload a logo onto it, that would be cool. Maybe you can. I haven't seen anything like that, though. So this one, apparently the maximum crew, I can only have 2. But, I mean, look at all these habs. I can definitely fit more than 2 in there. And then let's try and see if we can get this engine facing a little bit more in the middle. So if we make this now, it doesn't necessarily mean that this is set in stone. Like, we can still also continue to kind of like modify it and upgrade it as we go in our travels and journeys and get more parts unlocked. But I think this is a good place to start. I think really the most important thing we need to do is try to make sure that it's functional. So let's go ahead and check our errors. What do we got? We need to add engines for sure. We need at least 1 fuel tank. We need landing gears. And we need probably a better reactor. Yeah. Look, you won a copy of Starfield. Good for you, buddy. Yeah, I mean, feel free. I don't think I don't think you need a second copy. Enjoy, enjoy. That's awesome. Good for you. All right. Okay, we need a better reactor. That's for sure. Let's start there. And then we'll need to figure out our engine situation, because this thing is pretty heavy just for 1 engine. Holy shit. Okay, that is going to be expensive. Isn't that the same one that I had? Uh, Nabozin, if I were to answer that question as in depth as I possibly could, we'd probably be here all night with me answering that question. But in long story short, it is a masterpiece. Been loving it ever since it came out, and we finally gotten it optimized with thankfully an amazing mod community. So it's running like a dream now. But yes, if you enjoy any Bethesda single-player RPG games, please do yourself a favor. You owe it to yourself. Play this game. You will not be disappointed. Yeah, I stopped existing since it came out in the metaphysical space because I've been too busy exploring space. I'm gonna take a look at the pictures a little bit more in depth here. But yeah, I you know what? For now, I think this is about as close as we're gonna get with the parts we have available. That's just my thoughts. So let's go ahead and attach everything we need to. We need a few more weapons, I think. We've only got one. Yeah, we've got one. So where can we go ahead and throw some more? Let's attach a couple here. And I think what we might need is to just put some weapon mounts. Horizon weapon mount, perfect. Out here. And we want high fire rate. Ideally, hull damage and shield damage at the same time. There we go, just like that. Can you mount NPCs? Yes, you can both mount and marry NPCs from what I know. Okay, we'll cheap out on this one. I just need 3 weapons so that I can assign them. Disruptor, electron beam. I don't care. Okay, cool. Now we're down to 3 errors. Awesome. We need fuel tank. We need still a better reactor, apparently. Okay, and then we need more engines. So probably need to add an engine on either side. But then that kind of takes away from the aesthetic of it. I don't want it to be like this gaudy looking engine. Shit. These engines are not good enough. Okay. Or what we could do is we could add engine up here. We could add engine up down here. Here. And here. And okay, cool. So that has taken care of the engine dilemma. Now we need fuel tanks. Wanted them to look the same. We'll put those there. Okay. Cool. Ship has 2 fuel landing gears, and ship contains modules that exceed reactor class. Okay, so again, that just means we're probably going to need a better reactor. Might just need be a 2-slot reactor in that case. It's very bulky, but should work. Ship cost exceeds available credits. Oh no, we've gotten to that point. All right, I guess we need to downgrade a few things. So let's go ahead and delete this. Delete this. Delete this. Let's go with the cheapest weapons money can buy. This is not going to be able to defend itself for shit. Oh my god. Oh, it's the reactor that cost the most. Okay. Go with I guess this flare laser? This is gonna be really tight. I spent above my limit, apparently. Credit cards are maxed out. Okay, another missile launcher here. And then let's just go ahead and assign these. Missile launcher. Oh, wait, no, we have the same missile launcher. Okay. So let's delete that. We'll just need to get something different. We'll get that disruptor. Where's Bender? We need to get him stealing stuff. Make this work. Oh yeah, that reactor by itself is 42k. Unreal. But I think that's probably the only reactor that's gonna give us everything we need. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one. Unassigned. Electron beam. Bandy as fuck, yeah. Okay, so we need, and we still need landing gears. Holy shit. Okay. That's not too hard to make credits at all. Okay, we do actually have the mobility thing is not a bad thing at all. We can always work on that later. If it gives you a warning and it says that your mobility is pretty shitty, you can still fly away with that. You're just going to be really slow until you can add extra engine modules. But you cannot survive without a good reactor. Okay, now we only have one. So all we got to do now is just add landing gears, and we're good. Problem is, we'll probably need to add it on the front. Oh, that totally ruins it. That ruins the aesthetic. And it's not even on the same level. And that's right in front of the landing bay. That needs to connect to a cab or a cockpit. And we're probably going to need to move this Docker. Or actually, you know what? We can move the Docker on the bottom. Does that work? That fin? We'll make it work for now. It's fine. Oh, I still hate that. I don't want that. And then this cargo is probably going to need to be replaced with a hab. We can attach a landing gear to it. Delete. I suppose that works. Go structure. No. Can't attach any more to that. It's like we almost got it, you know? We almost got it. Let's just put the have. Let's just save time. Let's just an extra space to visit on the ship. Why not? Why not? Okay, and then we can put a landing gear on either side. I think this one looks the most inconspicuous, probably. Yeah. Decorate a house, make an outpost, all amazing ideas, my friends. I will definitely do that. Okay. So it's still giving us errors. We still have too few landing gears, and we still need to have a Docker module that's on the outside edge of the ship. At which point, I say fair. Let's go ahead and put it back. One more error, and that is more Dockers. Or more landing gears, I mean. We could put this here. And no, that still sucks. It looks terrible. I hate it. This is the tough part, is we need to make sure that we have enough landing gears that it doesn't take away from the aesthetic of the ship, that it's all on the same sort of level surface, but we can't attach any landing gears to these sort of frame pieces. This is hard. So at this point, Soul, what we need, the very last thing is to make landing gears. If we don't have enough, it's not going to be able to balance itself and land properly. But the thing is that when you attach them, they need to be able to be level. So when you kind of mouse over one of these landing gears here, you see how it's highlighted green at the bottom? You got to make sure that they're all lined up, and that when the ship lands, it's actually based on the most realistic, I suppose, concept of physics that we have at this point, where you can be able to balance it and make sure that the ship lands properly. Now the problem is, we do have a bunch of attach points here that we could use, but if we use any of these landing gears, right, if we try to do this like this, it's not going to line up, and therefore it's going to be kind of off balance. Like, you can put a landing gear here, but it's not going to line up because it's higher than your docking bay is. So as a result, this serves absolutely no purpose. That's the problem. So that's what I'm trying to figure out here. What we could do is we could remove these shroud pieces, but I don't like the idea of doing that. Actually, hang on. I got an idea. The problem with doing that is you kind of start to mess with like the aesthetic of the ship at that point. I mean, if it's got to be done, it's got to be done. We just have to figure out a different way to make the curvature look right. So then you put your landing gears here. Where's Habs? I keep skipping by it. Okay, there we go. So, let's say we go ahead and we put landing gears 3 on each side. And so now, this is functional enough to fly. That's good. That's good. It's going to be slow, because it's giving us a warning. But this would work. Okay, and then we can put cargo holds here. Still get our curvature. A little bulky. Bulkier than I'd like, but it will work. Okay, awesome. You could probably make it pretty big. It's not necessarily always about, you know, size. But for a design like this, like, we could build something maybe even as big as a Star Destroyer. And I would love to take on that challenge. Oh. Ship cost exceeds total credit, so we're going to have to remove this fuel tank. Go ahead and make it symmetrical then in that case. And if you haven't guessed, I'm very, very big on my symmetrical designs. I hate it when something is not symmetrical. Absolutely bothers me. Okay, cool. That looks a little weird to me, but that's okay. So now we can go ahead and we can paint it. So if you want to paint something all at once, you double click a piece, press a color that you'd like, and presto, it's going to save that color for each one. So no, we probably want teal for this as well. And then for color 3, we want sort of like a red outline. But we're going to need to play around with it a bit. Hey, clappers! It is a little bit off, hey? I don't like these landing gears at the bottom. Not a fan. Maybe we can make better landing gears. So let's go ahead and accept that. And then we'll change the color of the engine, because the engine is gray for sure. It's like a duller gray. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, is if we could have landing gears down the middle where they can't be seen. And maybe since now we have habs, that might be actually easier to do. Problem is, the ones that they give us are very bulky. Don't like them. But we might be able to figure out a way to make them look better than whatever the hell this is. Not sure I like that. But is it better to do it like this? I would say probably yes. Probably yes. Actually, there is a bit of curvature on those. I don't mind that. You know, this could work. Hang on, this could work. We put that shroud on it. Will it like that? Kind of what I have in mind, but yeah, there we go. Oh, but now it's gonna say it's way too heavy. Can you have kids? No. I don't think you can yet. I don't think you can adopt, but they probably will introduce that. It's kind of like Hearthfire did. Is this start I can't have kids field? At this point? Yeah, we need to make it work with the landing gears. That's the biggest thing. Hey there, alien. Good to see you, buddy. I will have to apologize as I have been really, really laser focused on trying to make sure I get this right. There we go. Let me flip it like that. Maybe bring it forward. So, and then what if we put 2 more landing gears back here? Is that possible? No, it's not. Why isn't it letting me? That is perfect. I need better starship design. Unlocked. The thing I also don't like here is that there's much, like it's way too much of a drop off in the back. Oh yeah, don't worry, Alien, I still have Blue Reaper. In fact, I made some modifications to it that I would love to show you once we're done here. No, that does not look right. Big bubbly fuel tanks. Can we make landing gears connect from here? Can't be. Doesn't make sense. And then it looks way too much like a box. It is. It do be a challenge, I will admit, but it's a fun one. I like it. Yeah, because now look, it just looks like a giant rectangle. And it's not supposed to be. Oh. It's like it's partly there, it's mostly there, but it's missing something. Hydrate. All right. Will do. Thank you. Thank you. Otherwise, I would probably dehydrate here pretty quick with how hard I'm trying to make sure this works. Okay, first and foremost, these cargo ballasts need to go up top. They need to be colored silver, just like Planet Express. There definitely need to be pieces with more curvature. Who do I consider my vice captain? That is a good question, actually. My vote would probably go to Mika's side, but Captain Bagel is also very capable. I don't want to pick favorites, because that you know, that sounds like I'm doing just that, but I know my place. I ain't no vice captain. We're gonna just get portholes going along all the ways here. It's like, it's so close. I'm so close, you know? Where the hell did my fuel tank go? Give me back my fuel tank. Okay, no, we can't put the fuel tank there. Never mind. And then these landing gears should actually be facing the other way, so... Yeah, they are definitely not the stealthy landing gears. Maybe... Okay, how about this? How about this? How about this? Will you let me move my docking back? Or not my docking, but maybe my docking. Let's go ahead and... Nope. I need to have better ship design for that landing gear. That more inconspicuous landing gear. Which actually, you know what? When it comes to it, I will probably end up replacing these gaudy ones with that. I think we're probably going to need one of these gaudy ones on either side. Does that work? Who would have thought the landing gears would end up being the hardest part? For real. Alright, and then we'll put this last hab here. I mean, all in all, it's not bad. I think, personally. I think it could be better. And I don't think we're necessary. Like, this is really just like the beginning framework. And then as we get more parts, we can kind of keep working towards making it look more like it. Have I found Star Command? No, I don't think I have. So there's a couple ways to unlock more parts. The first way is to actually visit very specific vendors for each one. And in fact, I was looking for this cockpit everywhere. And it took me a while to figure out, and then eventually I just decided to look it up. But in order to find this specific cockpit, which is very, very important because it's nice and wide, and it's got windows that extend all the way across, is you have to visit specific places. This one can be found on the moon Titan, where we are right now. And what I ended up doing is I bought a ship, and I basically just deleted everything, and then I started from scratch, and this is kind of where we are. But there's a couple places you can go. So Titan, you can go to the Deimos star station. You can also go to a couple other places I can't remember. But yeah, we're making the Futurama ship there, Collector Boy. And I think it's starting to look pretty good. I think there's more work to be done. But for right now, I still don't have a fuel tank. So let's go ahead and put a fuel tank back on. But then for the most part, it's pretty much done. We just need to do a little painting here. I'm gonna go ahead and move this ship down, or this engine down, or maybe even up. Move it up. Move it up. And then get our fuel tank down here. Perfect. Okay, now it's gonna be super slow, but I don't care. It's Planet Express, okay? We'll go over some of the more specific paint colors as well, just to make it look as accurate as we can for right now. I want that teal for the most part. And color 3 is red. Okay. So we'll probably paint this fab here red. Color 2 red. Just get the line across. Hey Eclipses, good to see you. How are you? I know we can't be slow. We need to make more credits so that we can slap a few more engines on this bad boy. That's good. And then let's go ahead and make these ones red as well. So we got the full red line across. If only I could put a Planet Express logo on it. Would be great. Okay. And then we're going to paint these cargo ballasts silver. Just like the ship itself. We're also going to paint the engine silver. Okay, and then we're going to paint the fins dark green. Gotta have those ones dark green. Paint this one dark green here. Oh, that's a little bit too... Oh yeah, it's really heavy. It's gonna need more engines, but I have no money. I have no money for extra engines. Is that not the, that's the color of the fins, isn't it? Oh no, it's like kind of like a dark turquoise. It's not dark green. Okay, maybe... No. Yeah, that's more like it. That's more like it. You're right. Good call. Less than half of all players have reached level 10. Are you serious? Holy smokes. I need to play this game more. Either that or they're spending way too much time on their ships like me. I would need to look at it. Here, let me go ahead and take a look at Planet Express. Make sure we get the shade of that right. Planet Express ship. Okay, so I'm thinking the ship itself is a little greener, and then it's like a dark teal. For the fins. Kind of like this. Yeah, maybe something slightly darker than the teal for like the main ship coloring, hey? Okay, let's go with it. Like almost like a lighter green. Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Okay, so that's one part. We're probably gonna have to just redo all the coloring again, which is okay. We ain't going nowhere. That's too green. That right there. Okay, let's try that. Go ahead and color one. Yes. That's it. That's it. I'm vibing with that. Okay, color two, red. Oh, no, maybe green for the most part. And again, red for color three. Yeah, I know. I think I still need to mess around with it a bit in terms of the actual build itself. Okay, and then why isn't the engine changing? There we go. Color one. It's honestly so tough to make it look like the exact thing and to make it look functional or to make it be functional. Like it's tough. It's fun though. I might still play around with it like even off stream just to see if there's, you know, parts that I'm missing. But this is a good starting point at the very least. Maybe a little darker gray on the engine. Okay, and then these cargo ballasts again are going to be silver. Okay, and then let's go ahead and just take a look at what else. I actually got to go restock on my hydration, so I'm going to be right back here real quick, folks, in just a moment. Oh, Pleasant. Oh my God, Pleasant Fish is dropping sub gifts like crazy. Holy smokes. Pleasant Fish, thank you so much. And everybody else in here thanks you too. God damn. I'll be right back, my friends. All right, all right, all right. We're back, everybody, and thank you so much. So I do just want to give a huge shout out to Pleasant Fish here. Thank you once again. Um, Basically, and I was always actually kind of curious about wanting to build the Planet Express ship. But I guess he kind of put me up to the challenge here, and that if we can pull it off, that's another 20 gifters. So thank you so much. And thanks for the tuning in and the support as always. But, alright, let's go ahead and finish this job off. So, we got our warning. We basically just got to finish the paint job now, and then we're pretty much set. So let's go ahead and finish that red line again. We'll finish the fins off, and then it's pretty much good to launch, and we'll fly around with it for a bit, test it out, see how incredibly slow it is, because it needs more engines. Poor thing is struggling under its own weight. And color 1, color 2. Perfect. We could probably just go ahead and paint this green direct. Doesn't need to have variations on the lineage. We need some more engines on this bad boy. The thing is that like once you add more engines to it, Planet Express doesn't really have any additional engines, so it's gonna be a slight variation from like the actual design of Planet Express, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and make these a little darker, these fins, and she's good to fly. And there we go. I know you were asking about Blue Reaper as well. They're aliens, so I'll go ahead and I'll show you what I did with it just right afterwards. But for anybody who's played StarCraft, I kind of tried to turn it into a battle cruiser. You know, the ones with the charge-up Yamato cannons. Alright, but that is our Planet Express ship. And I think I got it about as close as I possibly could. But I think that there's still some more work to do. With maybe rounding it off a little bit more. Maybe adding some pieces to the back to kind of not make it so square. But otherwise, she is ready for now. And I mean, I only have a limitation of 167k credits, but here we go. So let's go ahead and give it a try. And let's do a flight check. All items. I don't care about the warnings. That's fine. Accept modification. It is done. And how do I... Let's make it the home ship. I forget how to rename it, but we'll worry about that later. So, this is Blue Reaper, and this is how I kind of turned it into a battle cruiser. Okay, so we added some front frame pieces, we repainted a little bit, and I feel like it looks pretty accurate, but I think it could also be a little bit better as well. Let's take this bad boy for a spin. Let's do it. I am broke, but I don't care. Game should be just all about shipbuilding. Oh, it's very deadly. It kills ships in seconds. Okay, so we're gonna go up a ladder. I have no idea where the cockpit is in relation to the docking bay. It's gonna be such a maze. There's so many habs in this thing. That's 4 floors of ladders. Where the hell am I going? Oh, I will definitely steal from random innocents. That's fine. Okay, that's the top floor. And that's the top floor. Alright. There's no door this way. Which floor is it on? Jesus. Okay, alright, there's a door here. This is a bathroom. Alright, okay, good. What is this? Air hockey? No, navigation console. Okay. 3rd floor. Can I get off the ladder? Please and thank you. Yes, good. Alright. There's a door here. This is exactly what Planet Express looks like. Listen, I have no idea where the hell I'm going. What connects where? There's so many doors. And so many bathrooms. I suppose that's a good thing. Legit, where the hell is this going? Where's the door? I don't know where my own ship leads. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm gonna get lost. It means you're in trouble if you get lost on your own shit. No kidding. Alright, let's try floor number 2. It is not floor number 3, it might just be floor number 2. Let's try floor number 2. Okay. Nope, it's not floor number 2. Okay.
I suggest avoiding such maneuvers in the future.
Shut up, Vasco. Okay, alright, so this is the ground floor. And now we have another ladder that leads up this way, but we also have a hatch. Definitely hate Mondays and Sundays, because that signals the end of your weekend and the beginning of a new work week. But I worked yesterday, so I got today and tomorrow off. This is my Saturday, Sunday. Okay. I have discovered there's a porthole here. Alright, good. Holy shit, Planet Express is a big ship. Okay, so this is the middle. This is a cargo bay. I don't know what this console is. What in the absolute shit show is this? Okay. Do I know any good movies? What kind of a genre are you interested in mostly? I could recommend some stuff based on that. Okay, so I don't think that's the meal ticket. Where does this hatch lead? So this is another ladder. It probably leads nowhere. That's a great question. Who has the most tickets so far? I could probably check that leaderboard. I could probably even include that leaderboard on the next stream. Ah, I think we're getting somewhere now. Yes, and here is our cockpit. Awesome. That is a cool cockpit. Look at this. You got staircase that leads up to the cockpit on both sides. You got 2 jump seats. Nice wide range of view. I love this. That is beautiful. Okay, Planet Express taking off for a delivery. Woohoo! Very, very slowly. Yes! We are in flight now. Oh my god, that is so slow. It's like an Airbus. Okay. Woohoo! Oh, look at all this power that I have on the reactor. We can power up the shield some more. The engines need more power. The weapons need more power, but we definitely cheaped out on those. All we need is the Futurama theme playing now. Now we're cruising. I'm sure it'll be tanky. Not very good at killing. Just like Planet Express in real life, right? They don't have the best weapons. Favorite drink? It'd probably be like Cream Soda Jones. But yeah, so in order to decide the winner, it's gonna be based on, I guess most tickets gives you most chance to win, but it will be by random draw. And it will be using Stream Elements random draw, and I will go ahead and I will actually stream the draw in the interest of fairness, so that, you know, whoever wins, everybody will see it, and we can congratulate that person together. I'm excited, you guys. Okay, well, let's go to our next quest. And let's make that delivery. There's actually a delivery mission, which is so fitting. Can we... Oh, nice. We can grab jump all the way to Cheyenne. I don't really want to do that quest, though, at the moment. Let's go ahead and do... kill the outlaw captain. An abandoned weapon station. Actually, that's a great question, Zedboy. I finished the Vanguard quest line, and you unlock the penthouse suite in New Atlantis and Mercury Tower. It's beautiful, and that'll be worth a decoration stream. Okay, where are we going? We just spent 2 hours building a ship. That is literally how this game goes sometimes. 1 billion dollars. You get to unlock it for free, actually. Where the hell is this? Look at, it's all the way up here. But we can grab jump all the way to this. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I saw this post on Reddit that if you would have told me 20, 30 years ago that this game would exist, like, my mind would be blown. The plan now is to do some quests and some exploration in true Planet Express fashion. Let's do it. Where are we going? Where's the objective? Oh, I need to go to Mufrid. We gotta deliver some packages like Amazon. I think I had a side quest that was a delivery, so maybe I need to highlight that and do it. Not like Amazon, like Planet Express. Jesus, what am I even doing here?